Good morning, everybody. It's Chef Jackson Lamb. Hey, we got the job done yesterday. We got most of the yard planted, most of the garden. I'd like to kind of walk you through what we did. All right. As you can see here, I've got a big L shape for my garden. We kind of detailed that in my last video. But as we take a look at this, we'll come over here. I got my teaching aid with me, the blackboard. When it comes to farming, when it comes to gardening, so important to plan your work and then work your plan. So in a previous video, we had mapped all this out. We tried to decide where everything is going to go. We wanted to make sure that we're not putting peppers where peppers were last year. We want to change that out, make it tomatoes. Same thing with tomatoes. We want to go put tomatoes where tomatoes have not been before. We also wanted to amend the soil. We wanted to make sure that the soil has enough nutrients in it to go the distance for the summer. So anyway, the detail here is tomatillas with thyme. Here's our Russian persimmon tomato here. I've got the shishito peppers and chives, sun gold tomatoes along with basil. The tomatoes will go big and basil will lay low. They live very nicely together in the same container. We get into the next one over here. That's yellow pear tomatoes and black zebra tomatoes. They're black and purple stripes. They're beautiful. Up here we have a daylily that has nice flowers on it, brings in the pollinators, the bees. I put a few other herbs in there we don't know. The very last one, we did not get to this one yet, but it's cucumbers, cilantro, and maybe beets. All right. Over here, we didn't talk about this the other day, but I found a window box that's about 5 feet long. It's sat in front of a bay window on the other side of the house, and it's been grown over with lilacs in the front we haven't planted in years. So I ripped that out. This is going to be what we call a potager. That's French for a chef's garden. And it's typically where you put all your herbs. Well, I'm going to load that thing up with rosemary. Let's go take a look at it. All right, so we come down here, and again, here's our sun golds and our basil. You can see the basil is just starting to get going right there. Over here, this is Romas and basil. Quick tomato story. Tomatoes, if able, the strands will grow and grow and grow. I have this big, let me take this off so you can see this. This is from Restaurant Depot. This is from Lowe's. This is a big cage, if you will. It's actually rebar for construction work. So what I've done is I've got this into a circle, into a hoop, if you will. Roma tomatoes. This is red. You can hardly see it in the camera. It's here for decoration right now. But once the tomatoes really get growing, what we'll do is I'm going to put this big trellis over it, and they will climb. Okay? If I was tall enough, I'd put a second one on top because they'll keep on growing. A couple of friends of mine have a greenhouse out in Lakewood. Josh Olson, he runs a place called Acres. It's a 4-acre farm out there by Warren Tech. And what Josh does, he's got a greenhouse with a 30-foot ceiling. He's got pulleys up at the top of the ceiling, and he allows those tomato strands to grow and grow and grow 30 feet long. He's got them wrapped around the inside of the greenhouse. They produce all year long. So with your tomatoes, they're going to run. Let them run. Let's keep on going down here, all right? So you're still following me. That's good. We get down here, and I've got the, this is where we have the yellow pear tomato and then the black zebra tomato that I talked about earlier. Way down here, you can see how this is daylilies, and they look like daylilies. We've got a little bit of a winter kill in there, but that's all going to grow out and go away. And then I've got my last container down here, which we have not planted yet. Just coming back to the camera so you can see what's going on. Here's this window box that I talked about earlier. I installed it. It's solid as anything. And I think we've got the opportunity to probably put about 6 or 7 rosemary plants in there. So that's going to be a very good addition to my herb garden because I use rosemary all the time. That's pretty good. Other than that, on the other side of the house, I've got another large pot with nothing but jalapenos in there, so that's growing like crazy. And I've got lavender in the back, and a few other herbs. So for the most part, that's everything we've planted here at the Lamb Ranch. And now it's hurry up and wait. That's farming, everybody. Hey, Chef Jackson Lamb. See you later.